Yuan and Claire Marie's team leader Oh In-ah submit an identical design to Chi-suk for approval. And still holding a personal grudge, Chi-suk takes Claire Marie's side even though she acknowledges that Yuan would never copy anyone's design. Yuan wants to begin an investigation into the leak, but Chi-suk talks her down. Yuan finally stands up for herself, calling out Chi-suk and In-ah's obnoxious behavior. Yuan's design team is in a state of disarray, and Chi-hong asks to speak to So-yeon privately. He accuses her of leaking the design to the other team and tells her to put real effort into her job. So-yeon denies stealing the design and puts him in his place by saying that she worked very hard to beat out competition and get the job, and he of all people doesn't have the right to judge her. Throughout the day, Chi-hong continues to hound So-yeon. He's confident that he saw her on the CCTV, but she's equally confident that whatever he saw won't prove that she's the leak. Do-hong calls Chi-suk to tell her that she left her scarf at his place. Chi-suk lets him keep it as a gift to signal that they have progressed within their relationship. Do-hong takes that as a romantic gesture and wears the scarf happily. Chi-suk also invites Do-hong out for lunch and asks him how to win Ji-kook's affection. Realizing that he has misread the situation, Do-hong goes from hopeful to dejected. At this moment, a freelance model comes up to their table to greet Chi-suk. Do-hong gives him a once-over and seems to like his style, so he gives the model his business card. Chi-suk mistakes this as Do-hong making a bold move and hurries to excuse herself. Do-hong finally has enough and storms off with Chi-suk on his heels, eager to know what's wrong. When she trips, he catches her with an arm around her waist, sending her heart racing. Deja vu, anyone? This seems to be the go-to technique to attract Chi-suk. Do-hong proclaims that he's a man with emotions and a heart before storming off again. Yuan goes to find out which fabric is left for Sono to use. While she plays around with the only remaining basic jersey fabric in the storeroom, Jae-guk arrives with a lunch offering after hearing about the fabric fiasco from Do-hoon. Jae-guk shows Yuan the photos that he has taken in the morning of a popular mural artist, reading out loud the inspirational quotes etched on the walls. Yuan is struck with inspiration for Sono's new designs. Meanwhile, out in the hallway, Claire Marie's team member list has been released, and So-yeon isn't on it. Oh In-ah passes by and shoots a smug look at An Sun-ju, another senior designer on Yuan's team. What's that about? When they reconvene at Sono's office space, Sun-ju cries bitterly and admits to leaking the designs in exchange for the promise of joining the better team, which is now just a pipe dream. Yuan overhears and goes straight to In-ah. Yuan berates In-ah for toying with her team and calls her out on her insecurities. She also declares that she'll take In-ah to court if she tries to mess with her team again. Chi-hong and So-yeon talk privately again. This time, Chi-hong's attitude has done a 180. So-yeon explains that she was secretly studying Yuan's old sketches so that her weaker skill sets wouldn't be judged by those around her. Yuan calls everyone on the team, including Sun-ju, to the storeroom. When they arrive, she tells them her idea to use the jersey fabric for a collaboration with the mural artist that Jae-guk photographed. For the lead design, Yuan wants to use one of So-yeon's submissions. Everyone but Sun-ju voiced their agreement. When Yuan questions her silence, Sun-ju says that she doesn't feel right about staying at Sono. Yuan lays out all the team efforts that Sun-ju jeopardized and tells her to apologize to the team properly by getting results for this season. The team begins contacting influencers to publicize the collaboration. When Chi-hong suggests Hae-rin, everyone rules her out as impossible. So-yeon tells Chi-hong that she'll forgive his false accusations if he can convince Hae-rin to join them. Mi-suk searches online for chances of a misdiagnosis, and since you can find whatever you want on the internet, she gets her hope up that she might not have cancer after all. Meanwhile, her loser husband Suho and Min-kyung plans an overnight trip for the weekend. Mi-suk gets a second doctor's opinion, and he confirms that she has pancreatic cancer without a shadow of a doubt. As she drives out of the hospital parking lot, she is hit with a wave of pain and crashes her car into the wall. She seeks out Chi-suk to help her with the car repair and implores her to treat Yuan better since she's basically the only friend Chi-suk has left. She then proceeds to get drunk, and both of them end up at Yoon's place where Chi-suk finally confronts Yoon about her entanglement with Mr. J and learns that he is Soo-won's younger brother. Mi-suk expresses that life is too short, hoping that they can both come to their senses in terms of what they choose to go after. Jae-guk is editing his photos when Taek-soo called him, wanting help with screenshotting proof of the scam. As they talk, Taek-soo learns that Jae-guk is a freelance photographer and comments that he doesn't have a regular job. He asks Jae-guk to photograph an upcoming sports day at the school where he is the vice principal. Later that night, Yoon gets a call from Jae-guk. She tells him she wants to meet him right away, sending him running to her. When they reach each other, she agrees to break up like he previously suggested, and he happily embraces her. The next day, the production manager who has it out for Yoon makes a fuss after finding out that Yoon offered Miss Choi a contract, berating her for partnering with a thief. Chi-hyun exerts his influence as the CEO's son and steps in to remind the production manager that he was the one that pulled the factory list together and they are just picking from his approved list. Yoon's team partners with Vision PR and Jae-guk to organize a live internet broadcast for the debut of the collaboration collection. Here we learn that Hayden, the diva from episode 2, agreed to participate after Chi-hyun, who's also her ex, agreed to answer all her calls and meet her when she wants for 100 days. Yoo-jung watches the broadcast and notices Jae-guk's pictures, which he was planning to use for his exhibition. She warns him against his relationship with Yoon for the millionth time, and he tells her they're just going to focus on the things that they have control over. We flash back 10 years to Yoo-jung dissuading Soo-won from dating Yoon as well. She tells Soo-won that she will not sit back and watch if he insists on continuing the relationship. The broadcast is a huge success, raking in a high viewership and 20,000 pre-orders. The collaboration team goes out for celebratory drinks. Yoon texts Jae-guk to thank him for all his contributions that made the event a success. He texts back that he misses her, and she does the same. While Jae-guk is rushing over to meet up with Yoon, her phone rings. The name on the screen is Soo-won, and she's too shocked to pick up. As Jae-guk arrives to celebrate, a message asking how Yoon has been comes through from Soo-won's number, leaving her stunned. And that's it for this episode. I'm noticing some budding romances in the side characters. For example, I'm rooting for Chi-hyun and So-young. Are those intriguing to you as well? Or do you only have love for the main couple? Let me know in the comments. And click the subscribe button if you want to receive updates on future episodes and other dramas like this. Thank you for watching.